welcome to another YouTube video. This is just going to be a brief update to where we left off, okay, from the last YouTube video. And of course, we've been following this move pretty pinpoint, all right? And in over the weeks of YouTube videos, ever since March, we had been targeting this 3 drives bullish reversal into the breakaway gap, okay, which is our key point of interest, right? The breakaway gap on the weekly time frame, which is this gap. All right, okay, this gap. So, we've been following this move and we've been following this buy program, which we have here, this buy program for weeks. And, you see that we got this big move, displacement higher, and everything's just come to fruition. All right, and we've been pretty bang on. Now, as an update, of course, we have this weekly order block, okay? And this weekly order block is actually a change in state of delivery, all right, a CISD. Now, change in state of delivery or CISDs form when you have a sell stop hunt or buy stop hunt. So in this case, you've got a sell stop hunt, which is our buy program. And then you have to have a order block formation, which are the 2 down close candles just here, okay? Then all you do is with a change in state of delivery, and of course this is an ICT concept. I am actually working on a slide deck at the moment for members in my Discord and to post on Twitter as part of a thread. You then project your standard deviation targets, okay? Now we know when we project our standard deviation targets from this swing high to this swing low, as per change in state of delivery rules, that we're actually consolidating at the moment at the 0.5 standard deviation, okay, which sounds about right. Now, when we move to the daily time frame, you can actually see, and I've covered this a lot in streams in my Discord and a lot of member-only videos in my Discord, we're actually up against higher time frame daily supply right now. And this is where we are consolidating, right? So we're actually at higher time frame supply. We know we have a daily order block, which is just here, okay? So we've got a daily order block, which we've traded right into and actually rejected from. And we also know that we had a 12-hour balanced price range, which was, okay, let's see if I've got it, which was just there. Okay, so a 12-hour balanced price range, which you can see is the 2 overlapping fair value gaps. Okay, here, right? Gap here and gap here. So that's our 12-hour balanced price range, and you can see how price traded right into the balanced price range and the daily order block before finding rejection, right? And we know that we are now in a sell program, okay? We're now in a daily sell program, and you can see just how clean that rejection from the BPR was and the daily order block. So we're now in a sell program, all right, a daily sell program. And we know it's a daily sell program because we have had the buy stop hunt, okay, buy stop hunt off this high and the candle body closures below, okay? And as I always mention, the wicks do the damage, okay? The candle bodies tell the story, right? I'm probably going to say that term a lot over every single YouTube video until, that's stuck in everyone's head, and you're probably going to get pretty fed up with me saying that, right? But it's true. It is quite literally true, and that's why we were long. Wasn't necessarily long Bitcoin from the buy program. Okay, we were long a little bit higher, round here and then round here in initial consolidation of the buy program or of the market maker buy model. Depends how you like to go about it. And of course, these are all ICT price action concepts. And it was a similar situation down here where you had the sell stop hunt, buy program, and everything else that came with it. Key points of interest being a breakaway gap, right? And in this case, the key point of interest being a daily order block and the higher time frame supply, which is here. Okay, so As you can tell, we have had rejection. Obviously, Monday range is going to form, and it's bank holiday in the UK, so during London session, it's low volume at the moment. I expect into New York Open that we probably do get a bit of this move, maybe up into the equilibrium. Of course, this is our current previous week range, and as I said, sell program here. Now, I'm not going to go into too much depth, okay, because as I said, VIP members I gave them the big lowdown and what my bias and thesis is and where I'm looking to take trades in a much longer form video. What I will say is my bias is short, okay. What I'd like to see is in fact a retest. So this up close candle, okay, right? This up close candle is our candle range that we're now interested in, okay? So this is applying candle range theory concept, right? This is the up close candle we're interested in, and we know that, of course, we've got the sell program. We know from a candle range perspective, we do not like closes, okay? Closes like this, where we have the sweep on the candle range high, okay, which of course we know is our sell program. And in fact, from a weekly time frame, this is a potential formation of a much larger sell program, a bit like how we had this buy program, okay, and we had the sweep on the candle range high, so we can give this a great big old tick right just here, because that's fulfilled what we typically look for as a signature. And what we're then looking for is price to now trade towards the equilibrium level, all right, of this up close candle range. Okay, so the equilibrium level, right? And that's ultimately what I'm looking for at the moment, and that's what I think we're going to get. I don't think we're going to just trend higher. We are at major resistance, we're at major higher time frame supply, we're at the daily order block, we've validated the 12-hour balanced price range. There's lots and lots of different signatures and confluences for why we are consolidating and rejecting from where we are rejecting, right? So I am framing my bias to be short. I am. I know where my short entries are going to be, and I know what my execution is going to look like on an intraday time frame, right? And I will typically target 3 to 4 hour on the short to equilibrium. As I said, I don't think we're going to trend higher. Of course, we may still do that. No one knows for sure, but the probabilities favour that we are going to have this pullback now on Bitcoin, which would coincide with a pullback in altcoins too. And it remains, well, it fits my thesis that it's still not up only mode. Yes, this was a massive move up, bid up, displacement move up, but we now need to rebalance the scales and pretty much set a higher low, okay? A higher low into the weekly order block. That would be too deep, in my opinion, and we'd have to target that, we'd have to take the candle range low in that perspective. Now, from a candle range theory point of view, that would be a really good fulfillment of candle range theory, taking the candle range low after taking the candle range high. But in my opinion, that could be too deep, okay, because that'd be trading us right into the weekly order block. I think for now, targeting the equilibrium, okay, maybe a little bit deeper into the discount of this big up close candle range, and then we begin to target higher, okay? But as I said, I expect consolidation into the summer before actually targeting higher, but this is what I'm looking for at the moment, and I'm going to leave the video there at 10 minutes, give you a bit of a rundown on my thoughts. If you are interested in joining my Discord, obviously I post a lot more there for members, then head over to the links in the YouTube video. Okay, the Discord is Occam Trading Group, which is a rebrand from the collective, and yeah, just go and check us out in the Discord, and yeah, I'll leave the link in the description, and go check me out on Twitter. My link will be there. And yeah, go and check out our WAP. Okay, so our VIP WAP and our free member WAP. Okay, so that's kind of our ecom website as such. Okay, so just go check out all of our links as to where you can find us. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video on the next Bitcoin update. Okay, cheers.